Kom nu, Jelle. Kom nu, Jelle. Ja, dankie.
I might even go for a walk in the park. It is so pretty. Just look at that. Okay, my thing needs to stop now. Just look at that. Look how pretty that is, dude. Alright. Positivity, okay? I used to be a very negative child. I used to be inherently quite grumpy. I was a little bit of a moody boy. And the reason why was because I thought to myself, what is there to smile about? Like, what's so funny? You think there's something funny? It doesn't help yourself or anyone else to be on that negative shit. It frustrates me looking back on the opportunities that I've missed, probably because of my negative outlook on life. So nowadays, I've grown as a person. I genuinely believe that it benefits you and everyone to be positive. Now, that's not to say forced toxic positivity. That's not on some, I'm really upset, but I'm forcing a smile. Of course, you're allowed to feel upset when you are upset. But as Kanye West said, 10% of life is what happens to you. 90% of life is how you react, what you do about that. So in the same way, I think it's so important if you are someone who's inherently negative. Listen, I used to be there, okay? If you're like a negative Nancy, a sad Sally, just think about it this way. You are depriving yourself of future opportunities. What you have is a lack of energy. I promise you, it's a lack of energy. You ever had those days where you wake up and everything's going right and you just feel good and you look good and you're energetic and you're dressed well and you feel so sexy and like all of this good stuff? That is that excess energy coming out, right? Your cup is filled, so you want to give to others because your cup is full. The moment you feel negative, that's because your cup is empty. That is because you are lacking. You are in a point of lack and you do not have enough to fill someone else's cup. I've been there. I've been tired to the point where I'm like, what's the point of me trying to be on some positive stuff? Why must I try and be nice to you, give you the respect that you deserve, rightfully so, when I don't feel respect for myself, when I'm pissed off at myself, when I'm angry, when I'm upset? But that's just not the mentality to have. It's not good. And you're taxing other people for your existence. Then people feel drained around you. People feel, why do I want to hang out with this guy? He's so like weird. He's so negative. He's so blah, blah, blah. Now, you're not weird for being upset. You're not weird for being negative. You're weird for staying that way, for not trying to better yourself. If you are upset, that's okay. But from that point on, what are you going to do about it? And I'm not saying that in a condescending way. I'm being serious. What are you going to do with that feeling? Because negativity, especially anger, is just an excess of energy. That's good. That means you've got the energy to put it somewhere productive. It would be so much worse if you were tired and you didn't have any energy and you were just, you know what I'm saying? Like, just, hold on, I think someone's looking at me. So when you're upset, when you're angry, that means you've got the energy. You've got the energy. Your cup is full. It's just full with the wrong stuff. So you need to take that and pour it into the positive cup, if that makes sense. Sorry, there's something in my eye. That's why. That's an excess of stimulation, of energy, and you can put that somewhere positive. You can do something with that. I've been there, I promise you. I've been there where I just don't want to. I don't feel like being on that positive buzz because it's so cringy and it's corny and but life is corny, bro. Life is inherently cringy. Nothing in life makes sense. Nothing in life makes sense. We are literally all sat at a desk for multiple hours a day trying to chase a piece of paper, trying to chase a bag that, we hope will make us happy, but it won't make us happy. That's inherently absurd. So if you don't have this absurdist view, you're depriving yourself of a positive outlook on life because everything's so deep, everything's so dramatic and dry and just it's devoid of life and energy. You can't afford to be negative in this world. You don't want to look back when you're 90 on your deathbed and think, wow, like I was just bleak. I was just upset the whole time. That used to be me. I used to be upset the whole time. And don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect. I get irritable. I get angry. I get upset. The people closest to me probably feel that the most from me. The people closest to me probably feel like I tax them the most, And I need to work on that. That's something I've got to work on where, you can't tax the people closest to you. You can't tax anyone, honestly. You've got to put your faith and your qualms, I think that's the word, your quarrels, your queries, your quarrels, your qualms. You have to put it on God. And I don't mean that in the rapper way. I mean you have to put it on him. Sit in his presence. and just rock with him. You know what I'm saying? And I promise you, a lot of it's got to do with the phone and the screens and your vices. If you are smoking, drinking, even cigarettes, by the way, not just smoking weed. Like, if you're smoking nicotine, vaping in the Big 26, drinking, being on your phone excessively, these are all vices. These are not good things. Bro, my biggest vice right now is my phone. My doom scrolling, bro. Listen, I'm fortunate enough to not have any substance abuse vices, right? But that doesn't mean that I'm without any issues or without any addictions. I mean, I'm like low-key addicted to the screen, which is kind of sad. Grown-ass man addicted to the screen. But a lot of it's got to do with you not enjoying the present moment. You're not sitting with yourself. You got to sit with God. And when you have these negative feelings, you have to just lock in, and you just have to be like, I understand I'm feeling bad, but I trust that you've got a plan for me. I understand I'm not happy right now, or I'm angry or whatever, but I'm with you, bro. And I trust that you will sort me out. I trust that you will make things right, and you will show me the things that I need to look for, or you'll give me the discernment that I need. If you are on that negative Nancy stuff, you're only going to look for more negative Nancy stuff, and you're going to find it in other people, and you're going to look to gossip and hate on others. Dude, I can't afford to hate on other people. I'm trying to build a business. I'm trying to do something productive. What you'll find is that the more you make, the less you want to destroy, the less you want to consume. Bro, the people who are the biggest haters have got nothing going for them. They just break shit down. They just break people down. They're just bullies, dude. And it's not on some cool bullying, like shoving him to the locker room like he's jacked and he lifts hella weights. Like, no, it's like that nerdy bully. Like, it's just like, oh, that guy is so stupid. Look how stupid he looks, you know? Look how, this guy's corny. This guy's corny. Like, dude, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Dude, life's too short to just be hating on everyone and everything. And I don't want to be around that energy. I don't enjoy that, because I used to be like that. I know how insufferable that type of person is to be around, because I was that person. I promise you, this isn't some sort of like, oh, I was always positive, I was born this way, blah, 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 like, look how cool I am, I've made it. No, I used to be on that negative Nancy energy, and it sucked, bro. It sucked for me, it sucked for everyone else. You just feel dirty, you feel like you're dirty, and you're making everyone else around you dirty too, and not in that way. Don't be dirty now, don't be filthy. You don't feel good. You think you feel good because you're getting at someone, you're like making them feel bad, you know? But what you really are feeling is negativity, and you want to share in that negativity. You want other people to feel how you're feeling because you're hurting. That's what it actually is. The moment I started being more creative, making videos, posting reels, drawing more, because I used to be amazing at drawing. I used to draw all the time when I was younger, all the way up until high school, and then I stopped. The more creative you are, the less you want to consume. I promise you, lock into that creative side of yourself. It's especially now more than ever. Dude, our favorite movies are getting butchered, bro, by these big institutions who don't know what we want out of Marvel, out of Star Wars, out of all these things. I made a video on this the other day. Oh shit. People probably think I'm crazy. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. Our favorite movies are getting butchered, bro. You know, our franchises are getting trodden on and destroyed, and we continually disappointed by what they're putting out. Dude, nothing is good anymore. I'm sorry. There's like one good movie and one good series for every 10 terrible ones. So what does that mean, bro? That means that it's your turn. It's your turn to be creative. It's your turn to lock in. Sorry, like I'm getting distracted because I don't want this girl to think that I'm like crazy. And please go away. Oh, she just looked at me. Please go away. Don't look at me. That's weird. Why is she just standing there, bro? Oh my days, she's coming this way. Dude, her dog has one of those muzzles on it. Like the ones that stop you from biting little children. It is up to you now to embrace your creative side, okay? Start posting. You don't have to post if you don't want to post. If you're the type of person who doesn't want to be put online. For the longest time I was, and then I just realized no one cares. We're all gonna die in 100 years. But if you're the type of person who doesn't want to post online, you don't have to. You can draw, you can write, you can You can be a ghostwriter. You can write your own stories. You can have an alias. You can draw and have an alias. You don't have to be known anymore. There are still ways to be creative without putting yourself out there in the public eye if you're afraid of that criticism. So I can understand it's not for everyone being like this, posting and stuff. That's fine. But that doesn't give you an excuse to just consume. And I promise you, the more stuff you make, you'll be so proud of it because you're creating something. The more stuff you make, the less you'll want to consume, the less you'll want to doom scroll, the less you'll want to just do nothing, basically, because you're just doing nothing. You're just wasting time. We were made to create more than we were made to consume. But everyone nowadays is consuming more than they create. It is inherently a godly trait, a good trait to have, to create, to make things especially for others. Of course, making things for yourself, that's got to be the first and foremost thing, right? Especially when you're creative, you make it for yourself first and then you share it with the world, or else you'll just end up being disappointed when people don't like what you have to make. So these videos are for me, then they're for everyone else, and if people rock with them, then they rock with them. The biggest reason why you are negative is because, first of all, you don't create. Second of all, you're not building towards anything. You don't have any goals. You're not trying to do something with your life. You don't have a business to run. You don't have a movie to make, a video to post. You don't have something bigger to lock in on. I promise you. You think you do. You think you're moving the needle, but going to class, studying, that is just so that you can serve someone else. You have to have a side hustle, a hobby, something where you're making things, because even academia to an extent is limited in how it makes you feel. Bro, I don't know about you, but I felt so unfulfilled when I was just going to class and lifting. Throughout high school and throughout the first couple of years of my university, it sucked, bro. It sucked. Like, obviously I had great times. I had fantastic times, great memories with friends and family and all of that. But I always felt like I wasn't moving the needle. It felt like something wasn't being done. You're not productive just because you go and lift, bro. You're not productive. Listen, look at me, bro. Like, I of all people know what it's like to be that guy who just goes to class, lifts, and goes home. You're not productive. I promise you. You need to make a body of work. You need to make something that can manifest itself. You're manifesting something into the real world. It is the closest thing between thought and manifestation, or thought and actual material goods, material things. So the business might take long, the job might take long, and then what? You get paid, you get money, but you haven't created anything yet. You might buy stuff with the money, and then you have a physical representation of the work. But art and creativity is the closest point A to point B, right? Because you're making or you're thinking about something and then you've made it. Especially drawing. Drawing is the quickest way, because you have an idea and then you write it down, or you draw it. Boom, A-B. It's not you have an idea, you go to work, you get paid, and then you buy something with it, and then you've got a physical thing to prove that you've worked. That is a multi-step plan, which is good. It's good. Don't get me wrong. It's cool to have that in mind, that delayed gratification. Drawing and making videos and things like that is like the instant gratification of creativity, but it's good. It's not unhealthy instant gratification, if that makes sense. I could be wrong, but simple thing like making a video and posting it. A-B, boom. That is like what people are missing. You have instant consumption, but you don't have instant creation. That is crazy. I've just thought about that now. Am I Einstein? Am I the next Nietzsche? Actually, I don't want to be the next Nietzsche. That guy was a loser. The coolest philosophers are the ones who are jacked as well. That's all I'm going to say. Think about it, dude. So we have delayed consumption, we have delayed gratification, we have instant consumption, and then we have instant creation. We need instant creation to escape the matrix that is instant consumption. Dude, reels, boom, scrolling, just more. But you can do that with drawing. You can do that with creativity. I've got an idea, boom, I drew it. And the quicker you can sketch, the quicker you can get that idea down on paper, that's the more instant you can do it. Okay, I've got an idea for a video, boom, I film it, I post it, boom, that's done. You don't have to wait years and years and years to create something. People think that they can't be creative because it takes a long time. No, you can create instantly if you want to. Why do you think children are so happy? Because they engage in instant creation. Because what does a kid do? Like, he'll play with sticks or he'll play with Lego, and then he has like this all-out war between these two Lego characters, and he's like, boom, it's like an instant movie. He made that just by like bashing these two Lego characters together. That was instant. He didn't have to worry or think about how are we gonna stage this set, and how are we gonna film it, and how are we gonna create the narrative around this idea. No, he was just like, gay, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So just lock in, bro. Lock in. Instant creation. Do that. I promise you, that is the thing that's going to get you to escape from this instant gratification hell that we live in. Everyone wants things now. Everyone wants the ultra tasty foods. Everyone wants the ultra tasty videos. Everyone wants the 30-second long reels. Bro, let's be honest. You don't even watch 30-second long reels anymore. You watch like 8-second long reels. And if it doesn't capture your attention in the first second, it used to be the first 3 seconds. Now it's the first second. If it doesn't capture your attention in the first second, then you're like, oh, whatever. Bro, even my friends, I can't talk to them anymore because I speak the ideas that I relay to them. They take long to describe. They take a while. They take, I have to build around the idea in order to fully elaborate on it. And if you are a TikTok brain, you're just going to be like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Right. Rant over. I'm going to go for a walk in the park.